Hey guys, today's show is sponsored by ExpressVPN. Access games, TV shows, and websites that are locked in your region at expressvpn.com/rooster.
Well, hello, Mom and Dad.
Hello,
Hi.
Bob.
Hey, baby.
How you doing, Dutch?
How are you doing, Mother?
I am doing very well.
How is the crops this year? How are the livestock? Is it a good bounty?
I like how you guys are also kind of matching-ish.
Yeah, I noticed that we're both in stripes.
Red versus blue.
Oh!
Yay!
I asked the internet if they could ask any question of our parents, what questions they would want. You are obligated by law to answer them as truthful as possible.
Your answers can and will be held against you in a court of law.
So I'm going to ask them to you now, okay?
Okay.
Can you explain what I do for a living?
Oh my goodness, here we go again.
I have it on my phone.
No, you don't. Stop it.
I do. You told me one time. I'll prove it to you.
Okay. I didn't know you brought notes.
He's a
Producer,
actor,
editor
director,
of online.
content.
Yeah.
Are you guys just going back and forth? This isn't an improv game.
Basically tell them you work in internet TV.
Internet TV.
Internet TV, you've called it that when you've explained it to me.
I don't think I ever called it Internet TV.
Well, I came up with that from somewhere.
Do you know what one of my favorite movies was as a kid?
The Goonies was the boys.
I love The Goonies too. The Goonies is mine too.
Yeah, I'm trying to think the Goonies, but you were a little bit younger, but then you liked it too.
What was your favorite movie?
Star Wars.
Yeah, Star Wars.
Is there any other ones that come to mind?
Mission
Mission
Impossible.
Impossible.
Three Musketeers, because I had to make you costumes.
Every time you saw a movie you liked, you had mom make you a costume for it.
I remember the Three Musketeers one, and I wore that to like book day at school.
I got in trouble and sent to the office because you hit a kid with a sword.
Yeah. Good times.
What's the most embarrassing thing you've seen me do for work?
Where do we
Everything?
start?
Take any number of Always Open episodes.
Yes.
You're talking about your sex life.
Yep, that's a pretty fun one to know you guys are watching.
Anything in that vein.
It was probably you trying to learn how to drive a stick shift. You were such a pansy.
I was a pansy. You have raised a bit of a pansy, okay?
It's not that hard. I know how to drive a stick shift, but it's not that hard.
Well, you're a sturdier woman than I am.
Oh, I'd love to tell that really embarrassing thing that you did when you were in kindergarten. Can I do that?
Yeah, you can do that.
We had this parent-teacher night, and she had all these family drawings. And so there's this great picture that you drew of the five of us, and I was very entertained to see that you'd drawn us as stick figures. The males had two legs and
A third leg.
a third leg, yes, right out there for everybody to see.
So they hung it up.
You hung us, and then they hung the picture.
What achievement of your kid are you most proud of?
Your fatherhood.
Oh, that I take care of the kitties?
And they like you.
That's a perfect record.
What achievement of mine are you most proud of?
Ooh, there's so many to choose from.
Keep talking.
What the thing that I'm most proud of with how you conduct yourself is that fans meet you and they say how nice you are and that you're nice to people and all that, and they really appreciate that, and that's what I'm the most proud of.
I think the proudest thing I am about you is that you're a person that cares about other people.
Do you know anything about me that was supposed to be a secret, or that you found out about?
Well, one thing, when you were little, I remember coming home from work one day, and you and your brother Brian were in your room. The two of you had been particularly bad that day.
Uh-huh.
So I spanked both of you, and neither of you seemed to feel any effect. And then I figured out you had like 6 layers of underwear on.
Yeah.
And so it was very ingenious, and I laughed a lot about it afterwards.
What have you always imagined me doing for a living? Was it always something like Rooster Teeth, or did you think it would be something completely different?
There's no way in hell we imagined anything
Well,
like
I mean,
Rooster Teeth.
for a while, like
No
when you were in
way.
high school, it was always a possibility that you'd go into modeling because you were interested in that a little bit.
I thought for years that you'd end up being an engineer or an architect.
I thought that too early on, an engineer, but then you sucked at math in school, so I didn't.
This was a question specifically for you, my mom. How do you feel about Blaine? Do you know who Blaine is?
Yes, you have a bromance.
Okay, yeah, we do.
He's very well endowed. He's nice looking.
If you, not me, but you guys could host one Rooster Teeth podcast or game show, what would it be?
I think I like to do on the spot.
John would be very happy to hear he has a fan.
Well, I didn't say I was a fan. I said I was a host.
I want to be on the podcast.
That's what I want.
I want to be on the podcast. I want to talk to guests.
Yeah.
I'd love to bounce my opinions off of some of those things too.
You
I
may
don't know
not
if you
want
would
us
love me first,
I think we could embarrass you. I think we.
Yeah.
If you could host one show on Rooster Teeth, what would it be?
Dear University, the podcast of the Mississippi State University Deer Lab.
Oh, so are you plugging your own podcast?
Well, if it looks like that, I certainly.
So everyone go listen to Deer University. What I would say is the best deer podcast that I've ever listened to, and I can say that with 100% honesty.
Would you ever host my show?
I could. I would make it cleaner.
Would you make it cleaner by whipping everybody into shape to be cleaner on the show?
I would not use them. I would use other people.
So you would host my show and cast it with different people than Rooster Teeth.
If your child was not working at Rooster Teeth, what do you imagine they would be doing instead?
Lawn care.
If I wasn't lawn care, okay.
Where did you hide my Halloween candy?
We take it and we create a bucket for each of you. So you each have your own stash of candy. And we kept it in the candy place with all the other snacks in the kitchen. And you didn't overdo it. You took a little bit at a time. It's not as if you went. I don't think any of you guys were big into sweets.
I don't think any of us had super sweet tooths, but I definitely snuck candy with you guys not knowing many times.
What? Yeah, I know.
I'm sorry to tell you this 25 years later.
Well, what you didn't know, Barbara, is that I would take some of your candy.
How dare you?
You would steal our chocolate.
I would.
Because we were just like little minors finding chocolate for mommy, and you would take all the chocolate, and then we'd be left with Smarties and stuff.
And Tootsie Rolls and all of that.
Because Tootsie Rolls is not real chocolate.
No, it's not.
What is your favorite video that I've appeared in?
Oh my God. Okay, I know. It's got to
came to that
be
conclusion at the same
I
time.
wonder if it's going to be the same one I'm going to say.
12 Little Roosters.
You mean 11
the one
Roosters?
where you're Moose?
The haunted dolls on Good Morning from Hell. I laughed so hard.
Yep.
When you did, it's the same voice you do for Orf, the high voice. I love it. It's so funny.
Thanks, Mom.
Yes.
What did you guys think of that time they pranked me on the Star Wars thing?
I wasn't a fan.
That made me sad.
Now, when you got Chris back, that was
awesome.
hilarious.
That was really good. Yeah. Because I was sitting there, I was going, he's peeing his pants.
Did you ever have another name in mind for me?
No. Your mother came up with enough options for us to consider. I didn't need to consider any others.
And you're just like, well, you pick.
You have my name in there in the middle, so.
Yeah.
And at the end.
Yeah, that's true. So really, who came out on top?
We had the two names we had when your sister was born was Heather and John, and then when she was born it was Heather, and then when you were born it was John.
So I got leftovers of my sister?
No, you got the first boy name.
Oh, okay.
But
if she had taken John, what would I have been?
Micah.
I would have been my brother's name?
And then he would have been somebody else.
Okay, last question. Why am I your favorite out of your 3 children?
That is true. You are my favorite. You're my baby girl.
You're not even going to deny it.
I mean, it's 2 boys and you. What else do they want?
Out of all 3 of your children, who's your favorite?
Oh, Jennifer, easy.
Damn it. Okay, well, the interview's over now.
Any final thoughts? How you guys doing in quarantine?
You know the phrase, there's no place like home?
Mm-hmm.
Well, the new phrase is there's no place but home.
Well, thank you guys. Thanks, Mom and Dad. I love
You're
you. I
welcome,
miss
Bart.
you.
All right, bye.
Bye. Love you.
Love you too, but not as much as Jennifer, I guess.
Bye, Mom. Love you.
Besitos. Bye-bye. Love you.
Well, thank you, Mama.
You're welcome.
Appreciate it.
So if you like this video, give it a thumbs up.
And don't forget to subscribe to our channel.
Yes. And also, watch these other videos down below for more Rooster Teeth content. Thanks, Mom and Dad.
Bye.
Bye.